Let me share a secret with you. I was almost too afraid to step into my full potential, right? I know it's a tough subject, but today we're going to talk about how to use imposter syndrome to your advantage. More specifically, how I used imposter syndrome to my advantage, right? So here's the thing. I was married for 16 years, and in the beginning, I did some things to pretty much ruin my marriage, right? It was done. And I prayed to God, and I'm just like, God, if you give me a second chance at my marriage, I promise I'm going to be the best wife that I can be. And just, I won't let you down. You know what I mean? And so I I got my second chance. I put all my focus and my energy into just really being a good wife. And even though it did not work out for me, just because that wasn't the right person for me, out of it, I end up creating this planner, right? And it's called The Better Wife. And it's not fully ready. I want to change some things like some spacing, and I added some tabs to it and everything. And I have a soft cover version, and I have a more luxury hardcover version, right? But this planner almost didn't see the light of day. Now, I still had like this fire in me to be a great wife, and that's how the planner came about. It actually has 365 different days of self-love encouragement quotes, 365 different days of just advice on being a better wife. It has, oh my gosh, so many things. Let me open it up so I can really share the value that this planner is. What a wonderful resource guide it is. It has a daily agenda to keep your life on track, 60 questions to establish a deeper connection with your husband. It has a daily reflection to keep you focused on just showing more love, right? The whole purpose of the Better Wife Planner is for those women who just want to be a better wife within themselves, right? If you're married, your relationship is just like at a stalemate, just like at a point where you're content, but nothing's sparking it right now. Nothing's new about it. Nothing's fresh about it. It's just in a position where, you've gotten into a routine. You've maybe gotten comfortable. You don't have like physical touch as much as you used to in the beginning. You don't have communication like you did in the beginning. That spark is just not there. This is who this planner is for, and that's why it's so thick. I know, guys, it's thick. It's so thick because it has so much value in it, right? It has like something different every single day that will provide value to your marriage, your relationship. It has a daily activity to show appreciation towards your husband, just so you don't even have to think about it. You can just open the planner and look at it and be like, let me, do a little something today. It has a quarterly and a yearly reflection just to keep you on track. Basically on track to keep the spark alive. It has questions like, do I need new underwear? Do I need a new fragrance? Do we need a new sex position? Should we try, just something different? Is it time to make sure that things don't get stale? It has games to play to enhance your romance. It has a list of books to read to enhance your romance. It has date night ideas. It has a role play bucket list, right? So you can go through and, role play. Like, just try to scratch off everything on the list, It's so many different things. I don't even want to say, oh, the nurse and the doctor, or the nurse and the patient, or the teacher and the student. I don't even remember what's in it, right? There's so many things. It has a marriage counseling retreat list, for those who feel like they want to go on a retreat, a marriage retreat. Like, all of the information is here. I did the research and put it all into one valuable resource guide for you. It has a romantic getaways list in the US and then a romantic getaways list abroad. So, like I said, it's not for sale just yet. It is still in the manufacturing and production process. I'm changing a few things about it. But I wanted to just let you know, like, this valuable resource, it almost didn't come to light, right? Imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome had me in a chokehold, right? Once my marriage dissolved, I was in the middle of creating this beautiful resource when my marriage dissolved. And I had to stop. I had to stop creating it because I could not put the love into it when I wasn't in a loving space, right? Really, I always say I didn't create this. I was just a vessel, right? It was created through me. It was, everything in here was God given, and I was just a vessel to bring it all to life. It was created through me. It wasn't, this is not a resource that was created by man, right? By woman. It was created by God, and it was just delivered to you through me, right? So when I was going through my tough time in my marriage and actually going through my divorce, I stopped creating. I put it on hold, and I didn't get back to completing the planner until I was back in a loving place, until I was more healed, until I was healed enough to, get back into a loving zone where I can feed love back into my spouse, my mate, I wanted to make sure that nothing in here was from a hurt place. This is all for loving your spouse more, loving yourself more, keeping your relationship alive, keeping the spark in your marriage going. It just has just so much value that I had to only create it when I was in a loving space, right? So this planner was actually created years ago. And like I said, I'm actually still, like, I added these tabs and I sent the tab wording to the manufacturer, and they're working on that now. So the planner should be out within the next few months, I want to say. We can't rush it. We can't rush it. But I said this to say that this beautiful resource almost did not come through into full fruition because it's titled The Better Wife, right? And once I completed it, I was no longer a wife. I mean, technically I was still a wife. I wasn't divorced until years later after I took my time divorcing, and I didn't rush any of the process. If the more you'll learn about me, you'll learn that I just don't rush my processes. I let things happen genuinely. I let things flow as they would naturally. So, but I didn't feel like a wife anymore because I was far removed from that marriage that didn't serve me. And I felt that's when imposter syndrome kicked in. It was like, well, you can't put out a planner called The Better Wife if you're not even like a wife anymore. People are going to say, well, you're not married anymore. How can you, you're divorced. How can you sell something that's saying The Better Wife, and you're not even a wife? You're divorced, and you're this, and you're that. And it was the imposter syndrome that was like just making me just put this away, right? I just put it away for years. I was afraid to face the music. I was afraid to tell my story that, I had once had all of this love inside of me that I poured into the planner to help relationships all over the world become better, become stronger, become more loving. I was just ashamed. I was ashamed of my own story, even though it's not related to the value that this planner provides. I was making it about me. I was like, people are going to look at me and say, how can she sell? I'm not going to get that. I'm not going to purchase something called the Better Wife from someone who's not even a wife anymore. Like, what if this and what if that and all these different things. And I just had this imposter syndrome that was just so like strong on me that this valuable resource almost didn't make it to see the light of day, right? And then one day, and this was just recently, like over the past few months, and I was able to get my strength back of like, this, people need this resource. People need something in this world where love is just so far, like, I mean, men are fighting with women and women are fighting with men, and femininity and masculinity has become combined and mixed and skewed. And where's the love, right? Where is the love? Who is fighting to keep love alive, right? So then I went through that imposter syndrome, not even imposter, but I went through that period of like, well, now like people are out for themselves. Like nobody's trying to, fight for love. Everybody's out for themselves. And then it just kind of dawned on me like, well, that's when you step up. That's when you step up and you bring love back to the forefront. This is the perfect opportunity for this resource to be in the hands of multiple people who are in relationships, who want to keep that spark alive, who aren't out just for themselves, who want to show more love to their partners, right? And it the imposter syndrome started to turn on me, right? It started to turn. It started to become, now I'm an imposter pretending like I don't have this valuable resource that would help more relationships thrive and survive. I was, stuffing this under the rug, but it was taking such a toll on me that I needed to, it was like, now you're being an imposter you're being someone who doesn't own this. You're being someone who doesn't have this tool to provide. It completely turned around on me. Like now I was faking being somebody who didn't provide value when I have so much value to give, right? So then I was just able to use imposter syndrome to my advantage. Like, you know what? This isn't about me. This isn't about me. I am here to share a message. I am here to provide value. I am here to give God's word, give God's love to the people, and to hope that they can use what I share with them to increase happiness in their lives, in their marriages, in their families, and just, really, really give great value, right? Value. Just give great value. So I was able to use imposter syndrome to my advantage. I was able to just take it and say, you know what? I'm no imposter. I know who I am. I own my message. I own my story. There is value in sharing an authentic story with people. This resource, it's not going to make your husband not cheat. It's not going to make you not cheat. It's not going to make anyone do anything that they don't want to do. What it does is it helps the woman, it helps the person who wants to improve their communication, who wants to have more spark in their relationship. It's just who wants to learn more about themselves, who wants to give more love, who wants to just have more fun in their marriage and not just be stuck going about a mundane routine on a daily basis. This is just something that I just needed to get out. I needed to share with you all. Like I said, it's not available yet. It's still in the making. And I hate to even like tease you guys like that. Like I've let a few married women look at it and they're like excited about it. They're like, oh my God, this is a great resource just to have. Like, you know, you can just open it and I'll do another video like just going through, because I still have to do like my marketing and everything truly for it. And I'll do another video going through like all of the details of what it really provides. But I just wanted to say, like, if you have something, a message that you want to share with people, and you feel like imposter syndrome is stopping you from sharing that message with people, look at it a different way, right? Look at like imposter syndrome as like, now you're being an imposter who does not have a message to share with people, and take that and just turn it around. And you're like, you know what? I'm not an imposter. I have a valuable message. I have something that I want to share with the people. I have something that can help them. I have something that will benefit. Like, I feel like for me, if this planner changes one marriage, makes one person, just one person happier, makes one marriage stronger, makes one relationship stronger, makes one relationship more fun, makes just one, if it could change just one person, I've done my job, right? I've done my job. I only just want to change one. I only just want the message to reach just one. If it does millions, great. But just one. That's all we need. And if you feel like you have a message you want to share with people, you have something you want to teach people, just you want to share your own story, because sharing your story can help others, you know, relate, can help others share their story, can help others put their creation out in the world. Just one, right? We just want to reach one person. If we can just reach one, then we've done our jobs, right? So I just wanted to thank you guys for watching. I just wanted to thank you for being here, letting you know like how I was able to use imposter syndrome to my advantage, and how it almost like stopped me from reaching my full potential. But I'm determined, right? There's no stopping me. There's no stopping a queen, you know? There's no stopping me. I'm determined to share God's message, put God's word out, show love to the people, help just one if I can. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye.